3 basic berimbolos. The 3 variations that I'm going to show you now are some of my favorites and the ones I use the most. They're covering the most common reactions. Of course, there's a lot more to the berimbolo game, but this will give you a really good basic understanding. We're not going to go too in-depth into each variation, so we'll just quickly cover the basics, and we'll probably make some separate videos where we talk a little bit more about the small details for each berimbolo variation. I start with my basic de la Hiva hook from the double pull position. I control the ankle, I step on the far thigh, and I'm controlling the belt. You can also use your elbow here to help twist the knee. When you're ready to roll, I'm going to insert my arm as deep as I can, and I like to control the pants here on the inside of his leg. This takes my arm out of the way here so I can do a better inversion. If you're still holding the ankle, it's really hard to roll, and I can use the grip to help me get tight as well. So I use my grips and the inversion, and I try to place my head as close to his hip as possible. So when I do that, I use the grips as well. So I start and I get my head as close as I can. From here, I switch to my other shoulder, so I do a basic inversion. And now I'm in the berimbolo position. Here, I'm pinching his knee with my top leg. If you feel it's not tight, you can always lift a little bit and adjust the position. This leg here is over his hip. This keeps him down. If I just take this away, he can easily jump back up. So now his weight is on his hands. That means the hips are light. So I'm going to reach with this hand across the back. Whenever he's up, I can reach across and cup his hip on the other side here. Now I'm going to guide his knee on top of my knee so I can lift him over. So I go here, load him up, and now I use my hook and my arms to control his weight and place him there. Once again. Get really tight here, and then when he feels the weight is on the hands, like if I push back into him here, I can feel the resistance, so I know the legs are going to be light. Load him up, and take the back. So now he feels this move coming, so he's going to drop his back towards the mat, but after I've made the grip on the forehead. So I'm here, but now his weight goes back. So now I feel, if I try to load, the legs are heavy now. But that means I can use the stomp. For the stomp, I want to connect my right hip to his right hip. Here. Now I bring my feet close to his head. So this leg here is going to stomp down with my knee pointing up. And the second one is going to help me elevate the hips while I'm connected. So I'm coming down here, close. The knee points up to the ceiling. And I can lift the hips up here. I control the hip to make sure he's not rolling away. I reach for the back already. Now I switch both hooks out at the same time into the twister hook position. I extend his leg, and now I can take the back. Now, of course, he can also place his back on the mat before I'm able to get that grip. So I'm starting to invert, and he goes flat. So now I can feel there's no way for me, there's no way to make the grip. So what I do instead here is I start pulling myself on top. So I use the belt grip and I drive my body across. I'm here pinching his top leg and I'm perpendicular to his body. I'm going to control the far leg here. I don't want him to step on the mat with this leg during the roll, otherwise he might reverse the position. And I'm going to control the collar here. Now I roll over my right shoulder while keeping this leg off the mat. And then I do the stomp again. So I keep this up. Stomp, switch. You can either keep this grip or you can go back to the hip. Up to you. Extend and take the back.